Hey everybody, it's Patrick coming at you from the PD World Healing Headquarters. Sounds very serious. So I wanted to give you an update. It's been a little bit longer. I try to do these every couple days, but it's actually been a week. And that's because it's been by far the most challenging week in the hospital that I've had, unfortunately. And not for the reasons you probably suspect. You may recall from the last episode, I had a covert mission to escape from the floor here, go down and get DoorDash. And I ordered Vietnamese food at the recommendation of one of the very nice Vietnamese nurses. And so I got it back here. I started eating it, tasted great. And then I started asking her what all the parts were. And there was tendon and all kinds of other stuff. And there was a big chunk of stuff in there. And I said, "What's this?" And she says, "Oh, that's coagulated pig's blood." And I was kind of like, And so, wanting to be adventurous, I said, "Well, I'll try a little bite." And it was terrible. Like it tasted like rotten liver, and like liver's tolerable, but rotten liver's not so good. And so I had a little piece, and I don't know if this is what caused it or not, but this past week my belly has been an absolute mess. Super bad cramps, like super painful. A couple days, like one day I couldn't get out of bed at all. Another day I spent like half the day in bed, and they got really worried. They ran a CT scan. They ran sample test, blood test, everything else to try to figure out if I had something major going on. Fortunately, all the tests have come back negative, so I'm okay. Still dealing with a little bit of it. Most of it, I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better. So I get back into therapy and getting stuff done. So that's the good news. But it was a pretty brutal week, and I'm glad to be on the other side of it. So let's go from the bad stuff to the good stuff. I set a goal for myself last week to start doing what they call depression transfers, which is just really kind of bouncing myself from one place to the other, which is building up strength and mobility to do. So I accomplished the goal. I'm actually doing that, so I don't need to use what they call a transfer board for a lot of stuff. So that's good. More goals accomplished, checklist. The other highlight of the week is Emma got down here. It's the first visit I've had with Emma since September 6th. Other than through the glass talking to her on the phone, as you may recall from a previous episode here. So she actually came Friday night, Darcy, and she came down. You can see behind me, she made me a huge picture wall with pictures of all of her memories and things, and most of the other decorations in my room are all Emma-oriented as well. And it was so amazing to see her. Very emotional, just super, super great. And we had a great visit. She actually came back down today as well. And not without drama. She had a COVID test. It takes 3 days to get the COVID test back that they require. But they have to have a valid COVID test within 72 hours to get into here. So she showed up with her COVID test finally, showed it at the front desk, and was expired by 1 hour. And so they said they weren't going to let her in. And as you can imagine, it just caused all kinds of turmoil. So my amazing wife, being resourceful like she is, went to the other entrance and kind of slipped in sideways a little bit and somehow got her in. And I'm not exactly sure how, but anyway, we had an amazing visit, and I'm super thankful to be able to give her big hugs and just hang out with her again. So that was amazing. And so this week I am planning my next adventure. So now I've tested the boundaries of getting out of my room many times. I figured out how to slip by the nurses, how to get up and down on the elevator, how to get back and forth to the other buildings where people come in and they deliver DoorDash and stuff. I've done it a bunch of times, and that's all, illegal, according to hospital administravia. But my next adventure is getting outside the four walls of the hospital, which is a little bit trickier because technically if I leave this hospital, they have to readmit me, and they have to do that to the emergency room, which is kind of a big deal. But I think I figured out a strategy, which is to take my COVID card to get another patient to agree with me. So I'm going to go outside the hospital, go cruise around, then go back into the entrance and say I'm visiting another patient and present my COVID card and get back into the hospital. So that's the next adventure. Stay tuned to see if it works, or I may get booted and not have another episode from this room. I'm not sure, but we're going to give it a try. Anyway, I hope everyone is doing well. Keep all the good wishes and thoughts and visits and calls and everything else coming. And be well. Adios.